Small handguns are having a moment right now, but the sheer number of great options on the market can make it difficult to pick the best subcompact pistol to meet your needs. While the Subcompact 9mm handgun is one of the most common concealed carry and self-defense pistols available, picking the right one is a truly subjective exercise. There's no best subcompact 9mm for everyone. Most folks believe a subcompact 9mm will certainly get the job done. We've tried to break through the noise of opinions and give you a series of no-fail recommendations. Glock 43. Like everything else on this list, it's a single-stack 9mm designed for concealed carry. A standard Glock single-stack magazine holds 6 rounds, giving you a 6-zone capacity. The +1 means you have 1 in the chamber. It has a 6.26 length, a barrel length of 3.39, and a weight of 17.95 ounces, putting it right in line with every other gun on this list for the most part. Like every other Glock on the planet, it has the same sights, same trigger, the same controls, same disassembly procedure, same basic design, same basic construction from the same materials, and the same legendary reliability that will keep it running forever and ever. If you're a Glock fan and you're looking for a subcompact 9mm, then the 43 makes a lot of sense. Having a gun with the same manual of arms as your other handguns makes training and building that essential familiarity much easier. The trigger is alright, and the overall dimensions are good for a pocket gun, but the big selling point is that Glock reliability and similar manual of arms across all the different offerings. The G43 is easy to own and easy to maintain. Glocks need very little maintenance. They perform just fine when they're dirty, and because they are mostly plastic, they are simply easy. If you're new to guns or don't want a finicky firearm that needs maintenance, Glocks are a good choice for you. Smith & Wesson M P9 Shield M2.0. The original Smith & Wesson M P pistol series was designed to compete with Glock for the title of most popular striker-fired gun in America. And while it didn't quite succeed in topping the Austrian gunmaker's success, it certainly made a name for itself and in a lot of ways helped to drag Smith & Wesson, known for their excellent revolvers, into the 21st century. The updated M2.0 series of M & P pistols further improved on the originals and helped to further demonstrate Smith & Wesson's commitment to modern innovation. The new model Shield has proven to be one of the most popular offerings in the legendary manufacturer's catalog, and with good reason. The 7-zone or 8-zone capacity gives you a good amount of firepower in a diminutive package, and the very intuitive grip angle makes getting on target quickly very natural and smooth. In a defensive situation, your shooting skills are going to be at the worst they've ever been. Adrenaline is going to ruin a lot of your fine motor skills, your heart rate is going to be through the roof, and your aim is going to be the worst it's ever been. In a situation like that, having a gun that points intuitively and quickly even when you've forgotten 90% of what you know about shooting can be a literal lifesaver. On top of that, you get a gun that is small enough to be pocketable, with a good trigger, good sights, and Smith & Wesson's legendary reliability and excellent customer service. Ruger LC9S Pro. Much like the original Shield, the original LC9 sold fairly well, but there were some improvements that some folks wanted. Ruger, like Smith & Wesson, was only too happy to listen to their customers and bring those to market for the second generation. The Pro version has a 7-zone capacity with the flush-fit magazine and a capacity of 9-zone with the extended magazine. Both mags have flat base plates or pinky extension options available that you can swap around based on your preferences. For the specs, we have an overall length of 6, a 3.12 barrel, and a weight of 17.2 ounces, making it just a hair lighter than the Shield. The gun also has 3-dot sights, but that's mostly a preference thing. They are plastic and not steel, but this is a budget-minded decision that I don't mind too much. Overall, the LC9's Pro is impressive and a definite step up from its predecessors. Ruger has made some major improvements in this iteration, with the striker-fired trigger being notably better than many other guns in this class. Removing the manual safety and magazine disconnect is a plus too, making for a handgun that's simple to operate. The LC9's Pro still exhibits the typical downsides of shooting a smaller concealable handgun, with minimalist sights and snappy recoil. You'll also want to budget for a few extra magazines since the gun only comes with one. But if you're in the market for a new carry pistol, the Ruger LC9S Pro should be a strong contender. Taurus G2S. The Taurus G2S is a single-stack handgun that comes in either 9mm or 40 Smith & Wesson. The guns come with two magazines that have a 7-round 9mm capacity and a 6-round 40 Smith & Wesson capacity. It's simple and a little thinner than the G2C. Like the G2C, the compact version, the G2S has proven itself to be a reliable and functional defensive firearm for those on a budget. It seems that Taurus, the proverbial stopped clock, has indeed gotten it right for the second time. This is the big reason this gun is on the list, guys. The Taurus G2S, at about $200, is the cheapest path to a reliable defensive handgun. For $200, you get a gun with a 3.25 barrel, a 7-round magazine, an overall length of 6.25, and not much else. It's bare bones and simple, and it has a manual safety, which I don't love for a carry gun, but it's at least small and unlikely to be accidentally engaged. It's not the best gun on this list. It's objectively the worst gun on the list, but it did make the list. The list of the best subcompact 9mm handguns, because for $200, you can have a way to defend yourself that, while not the most polished, is still perfectly functional and reliable. Sig P365. If you want the absolute most polished subcompact, with all the features and cutting-edge design you can get, the Sig P365 is the one to get. Sig really outdid themselves with this gun, which builds on their modular chassis handgun concept they pioneered with the P320, which is going to be the new official sidearm of most of the US military. The P365 uses a similar chassis design that allows you to swap out the grip, slide, trigger, etc. as much as you want without having to buy another firearm, which is great if you love to tinker or just want one firearm that can cover a variety of handgun needs. The P365's other party trick is in the magazine. The gun is overall about the same size as the Glock 43, but it holds an extra 4 rounds for a 10-zone capacity. For a gun this size, that's honestly insane. Sig did some major design work on this and created a magazine that is totally unique, and the design is protected by 3 different patents, so this is going to be a Sig exclusive for a long time. Other than that, you get a 100% reliable firearm with a barrel length of 3.1, an overall length of 5.8, and a weight of 17.8 ounces, all of which is pretty standard. The trigger is good, the sights are fine, but the real selling point is an industry-leading capacity and the chassis system. And that's why, of all the guns on this list, this is one of the best subcompact 9mm handguns.